yet, but it's broken into 3 major regions: Mother's Heart, Meridian, and Sunfall. Another thing I found really interesting about this game is the lead writer. It's being written by John Gonzalez, who has worked on Fallout New Vegas, which in my personal opinion has the best story out of the Fallout series, and he's also worked on Shadow of Mordor. Horizon Zero Dawn releases February 28th, and if this game ends up being as good as it looks, it's going to be a very successful month for PlayStation. We have this game coming out at the end of the month, and early in the month, Neo released to crazy praise. But I want to hear from you guys. Meet me down in the comments, let me know if there are some things that I forgot, and let me know if you're excited to play Horizon. I know I am. And hitting that like button really helps us out, and if you didn't know, we put up videos like this every single day, and the best way to get them is with a subscription. And once again, I'm Andrew the New Guy, and I'll see you guys next time right here in Game Ranks.
Video game graphics have changed super fast the last few decades, and new games are introducing...
Shall open in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go on now, fight!
Yes.
And here we go!
Are we live?
Theoretically, yes.
Hey.
And
We need like a light
hold
on.
on a second, hold on, I'm working on it. Getting that centered. Get that cable centered. Oh yeah, that's just. I don't.
Like I'm happy everything works, but this doesn't look good.
Yeah, I know. We're working on it. Okay. So it's official. Pretty much everything about the WAN show setup here has been overhauled at this point. There are still a couple of things that we could do to improve it. In fact, I have a bunch of them listed out in my WAN show improvement ideas list here.
Oh wow.
Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, maybe I deleted it.
This is a long list.
No, not all of it is list. In fact, maybe none of it is list. Here we go. We could put padding on the table,
Okay.
so we wouldn't get as much audio reflection off the
that's
table.
good. Yep.
We could put clouds above the set,
Yep.
like dampening clouds. We could have rolling sheets of acoustic batting, kind of around the camera on the other
Rolling-
side.
He means like on wheels so we can push them around.
Yeah. Not like rolling thunder.
Yeah.
You know, like. That's the best thunder impression I could do. Actually, everything else here that's on my list we have already done.
What? Thunder goes whoa, whoa, whoa.
Slay your foes!
Like dubstep thunder.
Look, I don't make the rules about how thunder gets impersonated or impressioned.
Either way. So people are already asking about the Casey Tron.
Okay, well, that's a perfect, absolutely perfect first topic for the WAN show today.
Yeah, so we should probably explain like what was happening
Yeah,
for the archive
hold on
viewers.
a second. Is that even one of our...
No.
How do I even spell K-A-Y? Yeah, okay, that's not one of our
It's
topics
not.
for the week, so we don't have a source for this. But before the WAN show
Well, it's not
started...
them. They didn't do anything wrong.
No, I mean, no, it's not. Yeah, it's just our doc preparation team. Wouldn't have known anything about this. So before the show started, our channel was hosting CaseyTron.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe you could explain why our channel would have been hosting CaseyTron.
So I noticed this with my... anyways, Twitch is doing this thing where there's auto-hosting. You can have it so that when you're not streaming...
We should explain for people who only really watch WAN show on Twitch what exactly hosting means. things first.
Yeah, no, I'm getting into that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So auto-hosting, the idea of auto-hosting is that it will automatically host other channels. Hosting is where it will show the video feed of another channel on your channel when you are offline.
So the idea behind it is that if you were like super bros with someone, then you could set your channel to host their channel so that when you're not streaming, they get additional viewers who happen to be on your channel.
It can make a lot of sense, especially for groups like Nerd Fusion. If one of the guys at Nerd Fusion is not currently streaming, they can host another one of their buddies. They're all a big team that are trying to help each other grow. That is very good for that. People like Kyle and Paul can host each other. That makes tons of sense. They collab all the freaking time. People that want to help each other can do that, or your channel could do that just to try to keep your audience engaged. If you have people that stream in very similar styles to you, that's kind of what it's supposed to be for. And auto-hosting is a way to handle all of that and do all of that without you having to go like into your chat and going /host space channel name. You can just set up a group of people that you want to auto-host, and it will do that automatically. Now, Twitch changed something where it went into originally all of these settings were off by default, and you had to manually host things. It was an opt-in. You had to manually host things. Then when they came up with auto-hosting, you had to go put in the channels that you wanted to auto-host, and then Twitch was just like, well, we want this to happen because.
I just want to jump in and like, I don't know, a tenth of the messages in chat are people setting up auto-hosting for us.
Nice.
So you guys are cool, you guys are bros.
Hell yeah.
Carry on.
And like, it's actually really cool, the idea of auto-hosting.
Yeah.
But when like you set it up, it's really cool.
For like your friends who might have content styles that you consider to be, you know, appropriate, and, like
Similar
related,
or related,
and like cool for
or-
your audience.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, our channel is not flagged as a mature audiences only channel.
Yeah, so we
And-
probably shouldn't host ones that are mature audiences only. And like, so what Twitch did is they made it so that everyone was auto-hosting random pools of people. So our channel was auto-hosting Casey John right before the show. Everyone showed up because LAN show was supposed to happen. We're late as per usual, but not like
Hey,
way
we
too
were not that late.
We were late.
We were like 7 minutes late, which is actually
a lot better than normal.
yes.
But
Thank
we were
you.
still a little late. So, and people often show up early either way. So people were here waiting for WAN, and then Casey Tron's there, and it's like, what's going on? And then she went on the forum, and then apparently she confused RAM and CPU or something. I don't know. I read something about that in the chat. I don't want to directly quote that. I didn't listen to it. I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. So yeah. Anyways, our auto hosting has been turned off.
Yes, sir. And ma'am. And everything in between. And
So-
let's roll the intro.
We're moving on.
Night falls. How I love.
Boop.
I picked the.
Boop. Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Today.
Well,
Like the business deal?
yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
But they're one of the sponsors of the WAN show today?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like actually, yeah. That wasn't a mistake.
cool. Okay. So, you know what? I guess probably the best thing for us to do right now, we're gonna have a full, like, upgrade vlog style video of all the improvements, most of which you can't see right
The
now.
whole chat is like, oh my god, intro had sound.
But we have made a lot of improvements to the WAN show. I'm just
Hello.
going to show you guys some of the stuff we've done. So check out the desk now. It's like, okay, it doesn't look that tidy, but
It's
trust
a
me.
lot tighter than it used to be.
Trust me, it's like pretty tidy.
Yeah.
Like this is just our laptop power adapters that are going into this power splitter here. So it's actually completely tidy, other than like Luke's laptop, the HDMI cables that we each have because we can both screen share now. The 10 keyless keyboard that Corsair hooked us up with, so I have a little bit more space for the keyboard, mouse, and laptop here. Also, you might notice none of the audio gear is there because it has all moved to the badass. Yeah, hold on, I got it. They guys all moving to the badass retro fest. So, none of this would have happened. Oh, I forgot like the most important piece. The WAN Show PC. We made it great again. How RGB is that, my friends? How RGB on a scale of 1 to RGB?
Well, 6.
Is the WAN Show PC? No,
There's 6 RGB
okay,
fans.
there are 6 RGB fans. Thank you for that, Luke. But I also have an RGB mouse and RGB
7.
keyboard hooked up to it.
Is that RGB keyboard?
Yeah, it's an RGB keyboard.
Looks like a red.
I just don't have it configured right now. But it's definitely RGB in its heart.
Okay.
In its heart.
That's all there.
So none of that would have happened without Corsair hooking us up, without Focusrite hooking us up with all the new audio gear, without Epiphan hooking us up with. See, check this out. You don't have anything incriminating on your screen, do you? Okay. Cool. So we can do Linus's screen. We can do Luke's screen. Boom. Also, you're in extend mode right now anyway. So, yep. You sure are. Oh,
Just
and
ruined it.
you went to PC only. Okay.
I fixed it.
Luke's a little new. He's
I
a little
fixed
new
it.
with this, okay? He's still learning. So we got all that stuff. We've got a better WAN Show streaming PC than ever before. It's got 64 gigs of RAM now,
Okay.
6-core processor.
There we go.
NVMe SSD boot drive. It's like dank AF.
Cool.
Super dank.
I saw like it, I don't know if they can see. There's like the old WAN show.
No, they can't
It's
see
the
it.
old WAN show PC with like the RAM and heatsink just strewn on top of it, hanging out.
They're,
the back.
they're just chilling. They're just chilling over there. See, there they are. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, peace. Peace, old WAN Show PC.
Later.
Rest in pieces. All of that, you know.
Yeah. So
So I'm super stoked.
we moved on.
We have, I believe, and I don't want to jinx it, but other than our hideous table, we have completely moved on to the point where we shouldn't have any issues anymore.
Yeah.
Should we tell the story of the table?
Sure.
Why we have such an ugly table? Brandon wanted me to change the table. Do you support Brandon's initiative to change the table?
I don't think so. I like keeping the table.
So who was the first person to work at Linus Media Group and use this table? And why are there like acid etched marks through the paint?
You might have to show it.
Okay, we're bringing back the webcam.
Yeah.
Also, we have a webcam now that's going to always be here, just as like a way for us to just show random stuff. I mean, obviously it's not like color corrected or anything, but do you see the entire like edge of the table here? It's like
And you can see like the main bad spots like here and over there.
yeah.
So that's all burning from like my wrists. From working so long. This is the table that the original Titan videos all came out of.
That's
which
right.
is like one of the most ridiculous pieces of work I've like literally ever done.
Yep, the old original Titan.
Yeah, this was my desk for a very long time. And the paint's like thin and it's isn't it an IKEA desk?
Yeah, so the story goes even
Origin
further
story,
back.
I don't know.
The origin story was that we were starting up Linus Media Group, and we had no money.
Yeah.
Like for us, budgeting for a gallon of paint to paint the walls in the garage was like a significant line item in our startup costs. So one of my old coworkers at NCIX, his aunt or something, was getting rid of some IKEA furniture, and I kind of went, ugh, IKEA furniture has kind of that stigma. And then he's like, no, it's old IKEA furniture, it's the good stuff. So this thing is like bomb built.
Yeah.
Like it has a metal frame under the incredibly heavy tabletop. Like it's still some kind of a composite, but it's not like, have you guys ever cut apart
It's not like
an IKEA
cardboard.
desk? Yeah. They have like corrugated cardboard inside them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're light
Yeah.
and they're actually very strong. And this is not an IKEA sales pitch, but like it's a pretty cool technology. You know, we save materials and all that. But like,
They light up like crazy.
they weren't built like, they're not built like this thing was. So what we did was I got, again, it was a significant investment at the time, but I got a spray bomb of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
textured
yeah.
speckled paint with the idea being that this table can pull double duty, because it was incredibly ugly when we got it. I think this beige color is the actual tabletop color. It's like an off-white. It's awful. So I was like, this table can pull double duty. We'll run our benchmarks with the test benches on it, and then we can also use this cool texture with this fancy paint I spent an extra $3 on to do like B-roll glam footage on it. So now we've obviously moved on from that, but the table still holds a special place in my heart. It's one of the first things Linus Media Group ever owned. And we didn't pay for it. It was free. Did I mention that part? They were giving them away for free.
Yeah.
So that's the story
Sort of epic. And we don't need
of the
it.
table. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. This table is a reminder of where we come
came
from.
from. Yeah.
That's right. So,
Nope.
no, Brandon! Bad Brandon! All right, speaking of out with the old, in with the new, the original source here is WCCF Tech, and they claim, according to the headline here, A&D Ryzen lineup and prices confirmed. 8 cores for as low as $320, putting Ryzen right competitive with twice as many cores and overclocking capability with a we're up to 7700K. Sorry, I forgot there was a difference.
Ooh, wrecked.
Oh, okay.
There was a thing that, not to jump too far, but
Yeah.
I think this might actually be an off topic, but we'll get more into it a little bit later.
Yeah.
There was Intel saying that the 8000 series chips, and a lot of people brought up a graphic that shows like, yeah, and you said there was a 15% performance bump last time too. So
What is it? I mean, what is a bump?
well, okay, it was in one specific benchmark, and I think it was like more for their mobile chips.
Oh no, was it like a video transcoding one? Is the onboard GPU better than ever? Oh, okay. Sysmark is like is broad enough that it's kind of hard to tell how well it would represent the improvements.
Yeah.
Did you see me slip that in there?
Yeah.
Oh, so much shade. Anyway, so the entire Ryzen CPU lineup has been verified and pricing confirmed through various online retailers. At least 3 different CPUs are supposed to be available on day 1. And I gotta say, if I hated the name Ryzen before, the amount of hate that I have for the model numbers that go with it is an entire order of magnitude higher. So they will include the Ryzen 7 1800X, the Ryzen 7 1700X, and the Ryzen 7 1700.
So R7.
It's like, I actually have a video. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can see if
You
this
should make a
comes
video
out.
just called "How to Name Your Product."
That's not a terrible idea. Not that many people would watch it, but hopefully they would be important people, like Midrange Pan, and yeah. Oh, my God.
I was playing games with my brother and a friend of ours the other day. They were both on Shaw. They're in my connection. And it was funny because you knew it was Shaw because we'd be playing and then all of a sudden both of them were just completely gone at the exact same time.
Okay, so this video is all the evidence that I need to back up that confusing naming
So many more
schemes.
views than I thought.
Confusing naming schemes are a big load of bollocks that need to be gotten rid of. Nobody knows what a Core i3, i5, or i7 is. 5.6 million people.
7. You can
I
get away with saying
could
7.
say 7. 5.7 million people had to watch this video to understand what the heck is a Core i7.
And like apparently they needed it because the like and dislike ratio is like really strong.
It has 92,000 likes, with many of the comments being about how annoying my voice is, how I'm probably gay, and what's one of the other really common ones? Oh, and how my earrings need to die in a fire, because any videos
So all unrelated.
that I host
that get big enough to get out into the circle.
Yeah, get out of the like sort of people who kind of get it. So other than those comments, a lot of it is like, wow, thank you for this video. I had no idea. This was a very confusing thing for me. AMD is making this even worse. What does